I know that some people don't feel that strongly when their customers decide to invite themselves to dinner, when their customers want an autograph or to give you a new recipe. How, with such demands on you, do you manage to stay so humble? I mean, you may not want to call yourself a success, but I know everyone in this room would call you a success. I know financially one would call you a success, and I know having a personal relationship with you that I'd call you a success. But you still remain incredibly humble. How?
Well, there's nothing like going bankrupt once in your life to give you some humility.
Tell me about that.
Do we have to?
Yes? The naked entrepreneur,
I only want
not
to
the
talk,
semi-naked
I
entrepreneur.
want to talk about my fabulous successes, not my fabulous failures. Yeah, I mean, I wake up every day and realize that people don't have to drink my beer. I would not be anywhere if people didn't take money freely out. It's not like I'm selling penicillin. You don't need what I do. It's purely disposable income. And there are lots of ways for you to spend your money on someone else's beer. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to buy the beer that I sell. So when a customer is happy to see me and wants to interrupt my dinner, that guy's he could be paying for my dinner. And if I get arrogant, I won't have anybody buying my beer. And it doesn't take very long for you to go from being a success to a failure. When I opened the brewery back in 1988, overextended my credit. I was using credit cards and cash advances and anything else I could do, check kiting and everything else that was illegal to try and keep the doors open. Not suggesting you guys do that. And it was tough because I really believed in the project and not a whole lot of other people did. And it was pretty close to having padlocks put on the doors.
Where does that courage come from? I mean, I read
I'm
one
not sure
point.
it's courage. It might be bullheadedness. It's a desire to prove people wrong. You know, when they say you're going to fail.
But you put up your house against payroll,
Yeah, and I lost it. Yeah.
and yet you still moved on. How do you bounce back from that?
Well, we don't have debtors' prisons, Sean. You wake up the next morning and I said, you know what? If I lose everything, I'll go back to McDonald's and flip burgers and start all over. I mean, it's not an I haven't done anything dishonest. I'm not going to jail. I just dreamt too big and I couldn't pay for it. That's not a sin in this country.
No?
So you wake up the next morning and plus, you know what? I had 50 or 60 employees who had mortgages to pay for. And they had faith in me that I was going to pull a rabbit out of a hat, and I owed it to them. Plus, you don't want to fail in front of your family. What kind of example do you set for your kids, your wife and your kids, if you give up? It's not very good.